Hey guys! Sorry it's been a while since I've done anything, but I've been very lazy. I would say busy, but I really haven't been that busy. Yeah, I've just been lazy. I've had stuff that I was going to talk about, but I just haven't really had a chance to sit down and find a time to talk into the camera. So if you weren't aware, this past weekend was the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. Now, I myself have not been a Doctor Who fan very long. I've had friends who have told me, you have to watch this show, it's so good. And they've been telling me that since Christopher Eccleston was on. But, yeah, so I didn't really get into it until probably about, I don't know, April? March or April, I think, of this year. So yeah, I'm very new to the fandom. But I really like the show, and I was really excited about the 50th anniversary this weekend. So I took some time Saturday. It was actually after the premiere of the episode because I didn't realize what time it was going to come on. I was expecting it to come on at the usual time here in America on BBC America, but it came on at the same time that it did everywhere else. It was like, global simulcast kind of thing. So that was really cool. But since I wasn't expecting it, I didn't have enough time to do this before the episode started. And although I did find out what time it was going to come on a few hours before it actually came on, I still didn't have the chance to do it because I didn't want to make the house smell like fish while my in-laws were in town. So I waited until later that night. And as you can probably tell by the fact that I just mentioned fish, I made fish fingers and custard. I know it sounds weird, but it's an 11th Doctor kind of thing. And technically, the 11th Doctor was the first Doctor I ever saw, even though it sounds weird to say it like that because I did start the series from Christopher Eccleston, but a couple of years before I started the series and really watching the series, I happened to see part of an episode, and it was the very first episode with Matt Smith. So, yeah, I kind of had seen a little bit before this year, but just like the very end of the first episode where the Doctor meets Amy Pond. And I just never did watch any after that because I thought that Matt Smith looked kind of weird. And honestly, I still think that Matt Smith looks kind of weird. So, since the 11th Doctor was technically the first one I ever saw, in action, I suppose, and because I had heard from some of my friends that fish fingers and custard was actually pretty good, pretty tasty, I thought that I would go ahead and give it a try. Now, I really don't like it when people call it fish custard because that makes me think of like fish heads swimming in some kind of broth gravy kind of thing, and that just sounds so gross. So I don't call it fish custard because that kind of makes me feel sick to my stomach. So I call it fish fingers and custard, which is the other name for it, and which is what most people call it, I believe. And even though I have friends who have tried it, I was still kind of reluctant because I'm not one to generally try new foods. I remember the first time I tried sushi, and it was not a good experience at all. But yeah, I don't like sushi. Uh, but I thought, hey, it's fish. I like fish, and it's cooked, so that's like a lot better. And I like custard, so why not? Why not give it a try? Plus, it was gonna be like my big thing that I was gonna do for the 50th anniversary, and then time zones and all that stuff happened. But yeah, so I tried it out, and I took some video footage so that you guys can check it out also. So of course, first of all, I had to make the custard. So I did that. And what I used was the Bird's custard powder. And I actually had to go to World Market, which was not very close to my house. I had to go there to get it. And yeah, ended up buying a lot of other things at World Market and came home with 3 bags of candy. It was not the best idea in the world. But yeah, so I got my bird's custard powder there, and I had tried it out before, but it didn't really get as thick as I thought it should because I tried to do it in the microwave, and this was like a couple of months ago, but still tasty, of course, just not as thick as I wanted it to be. So this time I made it with slightly less milk, and I did it on the stove, or on the hob, as it said in the instructions. So yeah, made my own custard with the bird's custard powder. So of course, I made my fish and put it on a plate with my custard right next to it, of course, as you can see here, and started eating it. So I took a video of that, and I'm sorry if it's really bad, but it's from the camera that I took with me to like Boston, and I take to different places. So not the best, and I didn't talk during it because I was trying to do this without Kevin finding out that I was actually eating this stuff. So here we go. First bite. Just trying to get enough custard on it to taste it. Tastes pretty good. More custard this time. Look at me trying to take delicate bites. Oh, goodness. So I finished one whole fish stick with custard and gave it a thumbs up, of course. So in England, these are called fish fingers, but in the US, we don't have fish fingers. We have fish sticks. So that's what these are. These are fish sticks. And of course, there's my bird's custard, ready to be eaten with my fish fingers. And then, of course, Kevin comes in. I tried to get him to eat some too, but he wouldn't try it. And he laughed at me. So there you have it. Fish fingers and custard. A success. It was actually not, as unpleasant as I thought it might be, but, yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. Not something that I would normally snack on, but, I would eat it again you know, if I wanted to go through the trouble of making the custard, which I feel really bad because now I have this whole thing of custard mix, and I'm probably not going to use it that much before it expires, because you only use like 2 tablespoons every time you make it, and it makes a pretty good bit of stuff. But yeah, of course I end up getting the powder everywhere. Both times that I've made it, powder has just going all over the place. But anyway, yeah, so it was good, and there we go. So what I want to know is, have you guys tried fish fingers and custard? If you have, what was your verdict? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did it make you sick? I want to know these things. So if you haven't tried it, maybe you should. I give it a thumbs up, but maybe you don't trust me enough. Also, if you'd like to talk about it, what did you think of the 50th anniversary episode of Doctor Who? I was very glad to see the 10th Doctor, because the 10th Doctor is my favorite. I love David Tennant, what can I say? Also, I took a quiz very recently, like this past week, about which Doctor Who companion are you? And I ended up getting Clara, or Clara as we say it here in the US. But I'm not sure how I feel about that, because she's not my favorite companion, that's for sure. Maybe she'll grow on me, I don't know, since she's only had like half a season to be there. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about her, or how I feel about the fact that apparently that's the companion I am. But yeah, I will actually try and find that link for you, and I'll put the link below, and if you want to take the quiz, you can. It's on like BuzzFeed, I think. But if you do take the quiz, let me know which companion you are. I would like to know that. But I guess that's it. I have another video that I'm working on, and I just have to sit down and do this for it and stuff. It's gonna have some more video that I guess I will voice over. I don't really know. But yeah, I've got to work on that at some point. And it may be after Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is this week. And that means I'm not going to have a lot of time to do much with this channel. But yeah. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!